do I start? Where do I begin? Hey, it's Gillian, the Conscious Cougar, and yeah, I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to begin. I just did the most amazing thing. It is now Friday as I speak to you. I got back on Monday, and I think you might have seen the footage. I did a little Instagram thing where I was like, oh my God, look at me. My eyes were all glassy and stuff. I wasn't high, but I just was so exhausted. And there were times when I was on the trip out in the desert with me and Bartholomew, that's my name of my Jeep, and my eyes would be looking like glossy and whatnot. And it was kind of weird. It's a weird way that it exhausts you. You're constantly thinking, second after second, about tire placement, where you want to put the vehicle, what's your ultimate goal, where are you going, like the design of the lay of the land, literally, so that you can make it across without hurting your vehicle and having a, oh my God, I had such a great time. Okay, so I am flashing across the screen the name of, or the website address, 4x4training.com. And this is for Badlands Off-Roading, or Badlands Off Road Adventures. And they have a slew of programs and classes and stuff. And I took the first two for off-roading, and it was amazing. Day one was on a Saturday, last Saturday, and the first half of it is in the classroom. And it was like 4 or 5 hours in the classroom, and worth every frickin' minute. Everything that they had to talk about. The instructor, Russell Lee, awesome, love you, oh my God. But part of that classroom part is in the parking lot, and they're inspecting your vehicle, all jazz. But you've been told prior what you need to have in order to even be in the class. Your vehicle needs to have enough elevation, has to have the right tires, you have to have a fire extinguisher, a first aid kit, a jack. It's a bunch of other things. They list them. A recovery rope, recovery strap. There you go, not rope. But basically it's a rope. Okay, so all of these things, and your vehicle needs to have certain stuff on it, like recovery hooks on the back fender and on the front fender. But they send you a whole long list of what you need to have, and that vehicle that I'm describing needs to be your second vehicle, at least, second or third or something, not your primary driving vehicle, because we're gonna mess it up in the desert. But wait, let me back up. You guys know I'm a certified precision driving instructor, right? Like 18 years of this. I teach a course called PVOC, the Precision Vehicle Operating Course. Used to have a website for it, but when the lockdown happened, I let that go, and I was restructuring, you know, my life and what I want to do with my time and stuff like that. It does just so happen that I am reviving the course, not only for my valet company, but for another valet company that is interested in having its staff go through, and I don't blame them, because it is the bomb course. But what we do is totally different than your normal precision driving. You know, it's not like high speeds and spinning 360s and whatnot. Instead, it's way low speeds, like half a mile an hour, and we focus on reverse. This course gives students tools to be able to acquire quarter-inch precision while in reverse motion. So there's that, and that played into my weekend big time with the off-roading, and I knew it would. I knew that at some point the stuff that I have, you know, mastered in PVOC would play into making it and surviving off-road. Tire placement. I mean, when we're backing somebody's Lamborghini into a space, and you're going around a tight curve, never mind about that. Now, you guys know in October, I did this 4-day 3-night adventure, and I did a 3-part vlog on it, flashing the name across the screen. My Naked and Afraidish 4-wheeling adventure. I think that's what it's called. Parts 1, 2, and 3. Anyway, so I was with a group of veteran off-roaders. They've all been doing this like 20-ish years. Bruce, you remember him, right? Okay. Not only has he been doing this 20-ish years, but he has a very mechanical kind of mind. And I was very fortunate to be able to pick his brain when I got my Jeep. In fact, he led me to the guy who would take me to the auction to get this Jeep at like a rock bottom price. The Jeep had been in an accident in 2018, and so therefore it had a lot of things that needed to be worked on, and we did that. I'm very fortunate to have been able to handle those things, and I just like went for it immediately. One of the biggest things was the alignment. Like, I needed both hands on the steering wheel at 30 miles an hour. I was just constantly going, whoa, whoa, trying to bring the car back from wandering, you know? So they worked it out, got it to where I was pretty good up to about 40, 45 miles an hour, took it back again. They worked on it some more, added some brackets, and now I can do 65. I haven't done more than 65. Actually, I roll around about 62 miles an hour. I'm that slow person in the right lane on the freeway, but I feel really good about that. The headlights were dim, like faded looking, like, oh my God, and they were ugly, not cute. So I said, we need new bam headlights, and they're awesome and cool, but when they first put them in, they put them in cockamamie. So I had a meeting in Simi Valley, and it was like 7 p.m. So this is going to be my first time driving on the freeway with the alignment pretty much handled, and now new headlights. So I get on the freeway, I can't see. The headlights are going like straight down, and the only time I can see out is when I use the high beams. Well, now I'm blinding people, so I can't use the high beams. I need to use just the regular headlights. I'm like, oh my God. It got to a point on the freeway, I could not see. Like, it was like I had to like flash my high beams and then turn them off, memorize what I saw, and roll on that with the low beams for a second. But then I'd be at a place where I can't remember because I didn't see. There was nothing to remember because I hadn't seen it yet. And that's not the safe way to drive down a freeway. I got so scared at one point, my face went like heat, like fire. Like, I was so terrified, so I got off the freeway, and I could handle surface streets with the street lights and everything, and my low beams were enough. But then I decided that on the way home, I would take windy, curvy roads, because I wasn't going to get back on the freeway. So that's Santa Susana Pass, Box Canyon Road. These are, and Box Canyon is one of those cliffside windy, curvy roads. Oh my God. So long story short, took the Jeep back and said, yo, the headlights, I explained what was wrong. They kept it for a couple of days so they could work on it in the evening in the dark, and they got them perfect. So now I pick up the Jeep on Friday, and I leave on Friday. I leave during the day because I don't want to drive at night. Just in case, right? So I want to have enough time to reach Mojave, California. I'd rather do that traveling during the daylight. Well, a whole bunch went wrong, and I had forgotten some stuff out in the Inland Empire and started my day at 6 a.m. driving 100 miles out to the Inland Empire to get what I forgot. Had to do a bunch of appointments. Luckily, I got my lashes done. That was cool because, you know, you can't go on an off-road experience without your lashes done. I know, you do. Yeah. So, handled that. But then I came back, picked up the Jeep. The Jeep, now, for some odd, strange, mysterious reason, the check engine light's suddenly on. It wasn't on when I left it, but it's on now. And I'm like, is this the universe trying to tell me, just don't go, girl. Don't go. I decided, you know, I thought back, I'd had cars back in my past where the check engine light would come on. And that sucker'd be on for months before I take it in. So I said, you know what, I'm taking my chances. I'm doing this. I have re-upped my AAA if need be. I've got a signal from here to there. I'm good. I'm doing this. So with that, I said, all right, let's go. So I packed the Jeep, and yeah, that part was easier because all of my camping stuff was pretty much in the same place, and all I really needed was clothes for a couple of few days.
No softwood. Coming. First time?
Water over there. So
Good. Yeah, I didn't forget. On top of that thing?
yeah.
No, I don't want to take anything. Yeah. Just commit to the gas. Third passenger. Right there.
Perfect.
Wow. Boring. We're going to start fighting. Yeah.
Okay, I guess we're rolling. I'm gonna take in pieces the classroom part. Wow. I already said that, but man, like, if I were to take this, here we go, this, and put it in front of your car, how far away from the front of your car would this need to be for you to see it? Answer that while you're sitting right there, and then go outside and do it. And it's going to depend, you know, on your car. So in my Subaru, there's one distance. In the Jeep, there's a whole other distance. It shocked me, and that was cool. The instructor came over to my vehicle, and I want to say that, you know, I knew I had badass tires. I knew it. I mean, I toiled over that, and I, you know, picked Bruce's brain, and then Bruce was only kind of halfway available to me via phone, and there's a great guy named Scott at the Four Wheel Parts store in Van Nuys, California. I just want to, you know, props to them at least one time, because he truly, seriously cared and you know, saw that I was like seriously caring about the quality of the tires, and I knew this was a big thing, and I wanted the most aggressive that I could possibly get my hands on. And there's this huge backup of everything right across the country, so I did the very best that I could, and I got 3 thumbs up from Bruce when he finally saw which tires we had chosen, and also changed the rim size and stuff. So he said open the hood, which I was like, first I went and opened the door to the driver's side of the car, and I'm like, oh, right, no, I remember, it's got those latches on the front, right? On top of the hood, that's how you open the hood to the Jeep. So I was happy to have passed that. But then, so we looked around, and everything was cool, except my battery was not in place. And so he made a note, and there's a thing. And in the first day of the course, they'll fill this out for you. It's a form that comes from the California Four-Wheel Drive Association. It's the vehicle checklist. And you want to be able to pass this list. You have to. And there's some things that if you don't have, you can't even participate in the course because it's unsafe. You know, if you need to be recovered, you don't have the stuff to recover you with, you know, what? So there's that. We're driving along. At the beginning, I was the last person out of 6 vehicles on that first day. And because of what I experienced in October, I understood the honor of being the last person. So when we had walkies, we didn't have CBs, but we had walkies, and they worked really great. But so I was able to report, you know, all cars were, you know, where they were supposed to be because I was the last car. And this also meant, though, that I bowed out of something. We came up on this hill that was like this, dude. Like this. Not exaggerating. Like frickin' this. Do you hear me? Okay. What is that? 45 degrees or something? A serious And so we were supposed to go up this thing and then, you know, at the top, turn right and take this trail, which is mini cliffside, and go wherever the instructor is going. Well, I see that we can make a left and go around, bypass the scariness. I asked, can I bypass it? And I think they thought I was joking. But no, I wasn't joking. I bypassed that bad boy. And I went around and I did it the other way. And nobody knew because I was the last person in line. Neener, neener. Okay, but so now we come up on this mountain, this little mini mountain, and it's got these, where are we? Let me tell you where we were. Jawbone Canyon. Okay. So this is a place where off-roaders go, and it's like got trails and stuff that are frequented. Hills and mounds and things to climb and stuff. I had heard people in a promotion for this course say that they ended up doing things that they never thought that they could do, and I was about to do that. I was about to have that experience because now, okay, I have bypassed something. Nobody knew I bypassed it, but we were on our way to the exercise that was going to make it so I never would really bypass something like that again, because I'd understand that I could do it. So we roll up on this mountain. It was a great big mound of mountain, and it was like this again, like this, but for a really long time. And near the top, there were 2 different routes that we were supposed to go, at least twice. Go up, and then just back down. And one of them, when you go up as much as you can, and the earth is all eroded and everything. And so tires are spinning up there and everything. And the thing about these things is you don't know what's happening at the top. How much level room do you have at the top before you get to what other kind of drama? Is it going to be even more steep coming down on the other side? Which later in the course we did encounter those exact kinds of moments where you're like chug, 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 and you get up there and then you need to change gears and put it into, like, oh my God, I learned 4 low and first gear. Because when you go down, when you're on your brakes, you can slide, your wheels lock and you're sliding around, and that means you're not in control of your vehicle. So you put it in this gear and it's like, it's in control and it's going so slow, and it was like, oh my God, how come I never knew this? How come those guys didn't teach me that on the first trip in October? God, I learned so much stuff. But anyway, this was just about going up and then backing down. Because of PVOC and my experience, backing up and whatnot, I'm like, oh, I got this. The only reason I went up was because I knew I could back down. And so I feared for people. I saw a couple of folks, men, backing down with their head out the window, because I guess they want to see where they're going. What's wrong with your side view mirrors? So their cars were like, as they were coming down. I did not have to go through that. Anyway, I found a picture through the maps. I think this is the little mountain, looking down on it. So you see all those trails, right, going up and down and whatnot. And so now I took one and I photoshopped it and I drew some arrows going up, and but know that when you go up, then you have to like back down. And it was really far. Yeah, look at, I'm crying. I'm like and then I found this other photo just kind of to give you an idea, but this is not the mound. The mound that we did had no vegetation on it. And I even drew an arrow extending up into the sky, and that arrow is to indicate that what we actually did was way longer, way taller, way steeper, like a real mountain to climb. And now, I can't remember if this is the beginning of the second day or one of the exercises in the first day, but now we drive up on this I'm not crying, I'm having an allergic reaction or whatever. We drive up on this other hill, and this is so that we can feel when your vehicle is tipped sideways. He wanted us to feel 30 degrees. I don't know what happens after 30 degrees, because I want to tell you that what 30 degrees felt like was not cool. And I'm really bummed that I didn't have a dash phone holder thing. I bought one. It didn't work out. I'm really pissed. I want to sue somebody. But anyway, I was able to get this footage of one of my classmates. I think we're going up that thing. Oh, Lord.
I'm gonna pull over to the side here in a little bit and stop. And what I would like you to do is pull over to the right of my vehicle. And you just stay in your vehicle. And I'm gonna bring you up onto the side of this hill one at a time. And we're gonna see if we can measure the angle of this side slope here. So we can get a feeling for what it's like to be on camera. So if you just pull up and stop right next to me, and then I'll show Dan where he's got to go, and then the rest of you will just follow along when I call you up. This is a one at a time exercise.
I just did this. And it feels like you're just gonna roll over to the left. I believe it was like 28 degrees. So let me catch up with myself and say, the big incline, I needed to do that. I needed to know what it felt like. And there was no turning on a camera while I was doing this. I needed to concentrate. But while riding up like this in Bartholomew, I mean, yeah, you're sitting about like this. And that wasn't really that bad. I felt secure. And because I already knew that a Jeep can go straight up, like straight, I've seen it. I don't ever want to be in a situation where I need to do that, but I've seen it, and it's possible. But probably at a certain mile per hour and probably a certain lot of everything. Never mind, I don't want to think about that, but I knew that that was physically possible. So I was gonna be okay, and I just needed to get comfortable with what that felt like, and so I wouldn't be afraid of taking an incline like that. The tipping thing, you see how the instructor is like talking to the student. He's right in the path of if this car is going to roll, right? So that's going through my head. I'm like, he wouldn't be standing there if he didn't know 1000% that we were good. Ultimately, he had me do it twice. So the second time I drove around and drove up higher on that embankment and then stopped. And now I was definitely 30 degrees for sure. For sure. Maybe, and then some little bit, whatnot. And it feels really uncomfortable. And I was really happy to turn my wheels left and head on down to level terra firma. You betcha. But I want to say this. I was now growing major trust for my instructor. He put his life, that's his life between my vehicle and, you know what I mean? So, yeah, okay. And I needed to trust him for what was going to happen next. So I know I teased with, you see my Jeep it got stuck. It's actually in a spot, and I'm doing a picture of it, where, folks get stuck in there. There's a lot of spinning, and the instructor's assistant, Mike, I think his name is, had me spin my wheels, which was kind of cool. He's like, do this, do that, and spin them, okay? And then he's like, let's see if your car can get out of this when you're just in two-wheel. And, the tires I have, and Bart's got a really strong engine, and he was just like, roar. And so he was like, oh, damn. You even get out of that in two-wheel drive. Okay, let's pretend like you're stuck. And so now this was going to be about, the procedure, which is, oh my God, I would never have known so many little details, things that could frickin' kill you had I not taken this course. And I'm not going to sit here and try to just like OMG, like walking around a horse, like how not to stand. Never mind. Just never mind. Never mind. So now something went wrong in what you're about to see. I'm stuck, right? Well, unfortunately, people do this. They hold their phones upright to film instead of sideways. Sideways, then you don't get the black. You get to see everything. So you really can't see much. So she was kind of going over here or over here. She's either filming the person who's pulling me or me, one or the other. So I have to tell you that the exciting part is missed. The exciting part is when my car, he pulls, he goes as fast as he can on 3. And all of a sudden snatches me. And my car goes boom, flying. I'm in the air for at least a foot, for at least a second, and you can hear it.
Right, here goes 1, 2, 3.
You can hear it. By the time she looks at me with the camera, I'm already back on the ground. And now he should stop because you've rescued me. I'm rescued, but no.
Stop!
He's like pedal to the metal, and he is going places. So, that happened. So the second day was all driving, and not at Jawbone. We went somewhere way more remote, and I'm happy to not pinpoint exactly where that was, but boy, did it have a lot of very cool obstacles and things for us to grow through. Like there's this one area that he called the Narrows, and I'm going to show you a little bit. And I turn off the camera when it gets like, I'm like, oh, I need both hands. by the second day, I definitely have grown trust for my instructor. I definitely felt kind of like my horse must have felt with me, because your horse trusts the rider, and the rider's got to make the right choices, and so blindly I would just like trust. And as a driving instructor, I also knew that he knew things and had intimate experience with the mechanisms and the movement and the what happens when in these scenarios, things that I hadn't experienced yet. So I was willing to trust. And I also knew I had an exceptional vehicle. I was proud of that I had so much elevation, more than anybody else, I think, except for maybe him. And so we come to this one part, and everybody else is like, we get out to do the recon, and I love the recon thing, where you're on foot. You got to be careful, look out for reptiles and whatnot, but you got to go see what's around that bend, and go and look at a situation and go, oh, huh. And I was mentioning earlier about the lay of the land. Well, it's also the lay of the underside of your car, which I'd never looked at the underside of my vehicle. And it's going to differ from one vehicle to the next. I so recommend this course. Phew. Flashing their name again, because they're just awesome. They rock my world, and I can't wait to go on their website and see what I'm doing next. I cannot wait. But anyways, okay, we come to this one. Everybody else is going to go down the left side, and Russell is like, you could do this part right here, which looked just treacherous. It looked to me like, oh no, like I would never even do the left side, to tell you the truth. I wouldn't do either one of these. I'd turn around and go back. Go back where I came from. Okay. But so his assistant Mike is guiding folks down the left side. I don't know where Russell went. But so I'm just like, okay, it's my turn. All right, I'm just going to go to the left side. Next thing I know, Russell is like, oh, no. Turn sharp passenger. You want to go this way, so you could come this other way. And I'm like, oh my God. So that's what you're seeing right now.
Turn hard, passenger. Hard.
Wait, I'm not sure.
Yeah, come over here.
Oh my God.
You gotta back up first.
Okay.
You're gonna hit his tailpipe, you know that.
I know.
Okay.
Yep. Just keep coming. Keep coming. Turn a little bit, passenger. Keep coming. Keep coming. Okay. Very slowly. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Okay, slowly. Keep coming. Come on. Go slow. Keep coming. Turn passenger. Turn passenger. Right there. Go slow. Go slow. Keep coming. Don't turn the steering wheel. Hold it firmly. Keep coming. Slow. Now go real slow. Just like that. Perfect. Keep coming. All right, hard driver.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
See?
Fantastic.
Not bad.
The first time I saw the footage of that, I almost got like a tear. I did get a tear. Okay, I did. I swear. I did. It's beautiful. Oh my God. I did that. And like I might have mentioned earlier, I saw a YouTube about Badlands Off Road Adventures and this course that you can find at 4x4training.com. And people were saying, wow, they showed me that I could do things I never thought that I could do. I never, ever, ever. I'm not gonna cry. Wait a minute. I spent a lot of time on this makeup. This is not cool. One moment, please. I'm cool. And I cannot wait to get my rock sliders. I don't think I have those. I have to get those in a minute. Okay, so one of the most awesome weekends ever, and loving the sport. I hope I didn't miss anything. I met some great people. Angela and Dawn, I look forward to visiting you in Utah. Awesome. And I think I have footage that I need to send you. I just have to get my technological mind together to send to you. And also Alex, you were the one on the other end of that rope, and that was pulling me and my Jeep, and I'd been rescued already, but that was fun. Anyway, that's it for me for now. I'm Gillian, the Conscious Cougar, over and out.